Hi everyone, you're on Life in Colors 55 and today I guess I got inspired by the 80s nail polish and the 60s headband or something, but anyway, I decided to finally do a video that I've been preparing for a little while, and it's called the 80s Revival, What to Expect Next. Alright, so if you're extremely young, you probably don't know this, but fashion tends to repeat itself. And so basically what happened in the 80s was that we started reviving some of the fashions that happened in the 60s. And what I'm seeing right now is, for a few years now, is that they've been bringing back a few things that happened in the 80s. And so we're in the middle of a revival. And so I figured, you know, if it happened before, we can probably predict what is going to happen next. And so I thought it might be useful to do a little video on what was fashionable in the 80s and what could probably become fashionable next, so that you can precede the trend instead of following it. Alright, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to be explaining a little bit what to expect in terms of makeup, hair, clothes, body, and entertainment. So that might be quite a long video. We'll see how long it takes. Anyway, so first thing first, makeup, since this is a makeup channel. I think what is going to be coming back, and you know, probably the things that I'm going to be saying are already happening and I'm not even aware of it, but you know, like some of it has happened, some of it hasn't happened yet, and just, you know, like sift through it and take whatever you want. But basically, in the makeup area, I think what is going to be happening is, for the last few years, eyebrows had been getting thinner and thinner, and in the 80s, eyebrows were thick. I think I might be interspersing some photos of the 80s so that you'll get an idea of what, how bushy exactly the eyebrows were and how crazy the looks were. But basically, if you look at pictures, for example, of Madonna on this one, you will see that eyebrows were bushy. And I think maybe they'll be coming back, you know, like eyebrows that won't be done. The second thing that I think might be coming back in terms of makeup is frosty lipstick. I think at one point in the 80s, I actually wore white frosty, like, you know, like light reflecting frost sort of white lipstick. That was actually quite horrible, but I think that might come back as a fashion. Also, obviously, red lips were very fashionable in the 80s and they're already back. And the last thing that I think might come back in terms of makeup are eyeshadows in primary colors. Back in the 80s, it was actually okay to wear on a day-to-day basis, you know, like electric blue with yellow on your eyelids. And I think this might be coming back. You know, we're starting soft with corals and salmon colors, and next thing you know, we're going to be like exploding into peony sort of colors and bright, vivid violet and stuff like that. So watch out for that. In terms of hair, I know that for the last few years we've been straightening like crazy ever since Rachel started doing it on Friends, you know, like a whole bunch of years ago, and I think we've exhausted all the ways that our hair can look straight. And so right now I think we're going to be seeing something that is going to be going completely in the reverse direction, and it's going to be curls. It's already started a little bit on YouTube, where you see girls using their straightening irons to actually curl their hair, or, you know, like starting to see reviews of curling irons popping up on YouTube. But I think it's going to be way, way bigger than that. I think it's going to start, you know, like perms, like Glenn Close, like that. Yeah, I know, scary, but it's coming. Trust me. And yeah, perms, you know, expect them. Also, one thing that I remember doing in the 80s was doing a ponytail that was on top of your head and like palm tree sort of look. And also bangs, like any sort of bangs, like, you know, like very long bangs, very short bangs, bangs that go up in the air and stand up through the power of hair gel. Bangs are coming back, definitely. Another thing that I used to do is I used to take a part of my hair, a little bit, just, you know, like the top part like this, and I would like make a sort of a I don't know how to call it, like shell sort of shape thing. Anyway, yeah, better forgotten, but I think it might come back. Also, another thing that might be coming back is geometrical haircuts. You know, like asymmetric ones, for example, shorter on one side, longer on the other, or something that looks very triangular or very square. Things like that, I think, might be coming back, as well as scrunchies. Ugh. Yes, scrunchies. For those of you who are too young to know what those are, they're elastic bands for the hair, except they're covered in scrunched up fabric, and so you would have them in all sorts of colors. You would find them in yellow, in pink, and green, and with motifs and patterns and stuff like that. And so, yeah, you could match them with your outfit. Yeah, it was horrible. Anyway, I think they might be coming back. I've already seen one. Ugh, I nearly, you know, like ran away from the store in horror, but yeah, it was there. Anyway, in terms of clothing and fashion, what you might start to see again, and I was horrified to see it in Stella McCartney's latest fashion show. It's those. It's a cross between a pants and a legging, and it is pulled tight by an elastic band that goes at the bottom of the pants beneath your feet. And so the look that it does is that it pulls the leg down, you know, like, and makes it look really tight, because it doesn't stick to your leg. It actually stays into a straight line. And so basically the elastic band underneath your feet keeps it all in place and makes you look like you have, you know, sticks for legs. So yeah, that might be one. The second one is already back, and that's overalls. You know, I used to have one when I was 15, and they're back. Another thing that I've seen popping up, and I used to have one too, and it cracks me up when I see them. It's the skirts that are shaped like balloons, because you know, like the skirt does like this and then goes back underneath, and so, you know, it has like a sort of a tulip shape. Yeah, those are back. And what else might be back? In terms of colors, I think fluorescent clothes. Yeah, I know that we're in primary colors clothes right now, you know, like bright primary colors, but it's nothing compared to the fluorescent trend that might be coming. You know, like, you know, if you take a highlighter with which you highlight your textbooks, yeah, that color will be your shirt. Another thing that will come back, I think, will be knit wool dresses. Dresses are already back. But the ones that we had in the 80s were, you know, like even, you know, like closer to the body. And so one thing that really sticks to your body, like there's no tomorrow, is knit wool. And so I think, yeah, probably knit wool dresses will come back. Also tube everything, tube skirts, tube tops, tube dresses. Ugh, yucky. Anyway, something probably in jersey fabric or polyester fabric, or something with elastic in it, and very close fitting, and mini tube skirt, mini bra, you know, like a strapless sort of tube tops. Yeah, they might be coming back. Not so good for curvy girls, but you know, like, I'm sure they'll bring them back. Another thing that, oh my god, I hope will not come back is like a sort of a cross between a skirt and a short. It's like very baggy shorts that are A-line, and so they look like a skirt, or a skirt with a partition in the middle, and so it's sort of like a cross hybrid between shorts and skirts. Not pretty, but I think if we go all the way into this 80s trends, they will be back too. Wow, this is a long video. See you in part 2.